Something big is coming in November, according to insider Richard Butt. That's right, we've got that and a whole bunch more to talk about, so get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please like, please subscribe, share on social media, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, yeah, many of you will have heard of the infamous Richard Butt. We really don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. But Richard Butt says there's going to be some big bombshell news to hit the UFO world come November. He declined to say exactly what this piece of news was, or multiple pieces of news. So people are just really trying to figure this out, right? What exactly is coming our way? Is it a new whistleblower? Is it, a press conference where Tim Burchett, Anna Paulina Luna, Muskowitz, and others are going to stand atop a UFO that they found through the David Grush information and have a live press conference and tell the world there's a UFO? Probably not. But what could that be? Well, people like J. Christopher King have some ideas. On Thursday, November 16th, the ICIG House of Skiff meeting. So I guess there's going to be another skiff with the ICIG in the House, if I'm reading that right, on the 16th. We were told there was going to be another skiff. Maybe that's it. And on Friday, November 17th, the first inaugural Soul Foundation conference begins at Stanford. And of course, Soul Foundation, that's Gary Nolan's thing, right? So, I've talktalked about the Soul Foundation before, a really interesting group that we should have our eyes on. So, is that what's the two big things, or whatever this is? Are those the things? Are those the events that we should be looking forward to, or is it something altogether different? Or is Richard Butt's information completely useless? So we don't know. November will tell, but it's very exciting to speculate about. So I'm excited. Let me know in the comments below if you're excited and what you think Richard Butt's information could be pointing us toward. What big new information is coming to the UFO world in November? Let me know what you guys think. Meanwhile, a more encouraging tweet from Christopher Mellon about AARO. His last tweet about AARO was very disparaging, saying basically he wouldn't expect anything but disinformation from them, which is, really heartbreaking coming from Chris Mellon, who played a, major part in at least the early days, setting the stage for AARO and the UAP task force. So, but he says, now I'm informed by AARO that they are making headway on a new, more transparent and appropriate UAP classification guide. Hopefully in the future, the DoD and the IC will be able to release more data and videos as CPB recently did. And this is in response to Hunter Mellon, his son, who said, certainly in many instances, portions of USG filmed UAP videos necessitate partial redaction, and in some cases there will be a legitimate need to classify entire videos and prevent their public release. But the recent authorized release of this footage of a PLA aircraft filmed from a B-52 only undercuts the philosophy espoused by some Navy officials in recent years, suggesting that any and all UAP videos inherently warrant classification. Well, that's just insane and wrong. I can't believe anybody would think that, legitimately. But, I'm sure there are some that don't want us to know anything and that do want to redact every single thing. But, yeah, so there you go. Chris Mellon being optimistic about AARO making some headway on a new, more transparent and appropriate UAP classification guide. Will that actually come to pass? Will they actually be transparent? Sean Kirkpatrick, the lovely Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, is going to be at a conference in the next few weeks talking about clarity. Is that the same as transparency? I don't know, but let me know what you think in the comments below. On a less amusing note, there's some dire news coming from South America, as reported by Ronnie Vernet, and I don't have any confirmation on this. But, per Ronnie Vernet, amid cases of flying beings shooting light beams in the communities in the Peruvian Amazon since the beginning of June, 2 Brazilian tourists were lynched, accused of being responsible for the attacks. Again, I don't have any confirmation that this actually happened, but Ronnie Vernon has been our best eyes and ears in South America since the whole Peruvian attack situation began. And of course, it's not confined to Peru, it's also going on in Brazil. There was a UFO attack on a munitions facility in Argentina not long ago. So it's over a broad area down there. Some stuff is going on down there, and the locals are freaked out. And now apparently they are even lynching tourists. That is scary, scary stuff. Whether that's true or not, hopefully we will get some more answers in the days ahead. Timothy Alberino says, we have completed the expedition to San Antonio. We were in the village for 3 days and conducted a thorough investigation. We delivered supplies and strategic technology. We are now back in Iquitos following another lead. What we discovered is very disturbing and nefarious. Full briefing or debriefing when we return. So what do they discover? If it's disturbing and nefarious, does that mean it's carried out by humans? Is it non-humans? I have never heard of non-humans bungling stuff like that has happened in South America in these attacks. Unless that bungling is deliberate misdirection of some sort, I'm more inclined to think this is humans with high technology. But it's very high technology and for no appreciable reason. The locals, some of the locals were floating the idea that it could be, organ harvesters. But if they've got that sort of technology, they've got their own UFOs, they're able to do the sorts of things reported by these incidents, why would they need the relatively small amount of money you would get from organ harvesting? And I get that that's lucrative for normal people, but if you've got your own UFO, why do you need to do organ harvesting? So I'm not quite sure if I buy that explanation, but obviously something nefarious is going on there, and it is disturbing. So I hope that Timothy Alberino can shed some light on what the hell is going on down there. Could Gunung Depang be 25,000 years old? Dear God, is that real? Could that possibly be real? So Claus has this tweet. A new paper dates the construction of Gunung Depang's Unit 3 chamber to as early as 25,000 BC. Now, of course, that's just one chamber of this very large complex. The Gunung Depang was featured in the Graham Hancock movie. Gunung Depang was featured in the Graham Hancock movie. If you saw that, Ancient Apocalypse, a really great documentary series on Netflix. I highly recommend it. Talking about Atlantis without actually calling it Atlantis. A vanished high civilization of long ago that had technology that they shouldn't have had, and that had some sort of global reach or impact, and that vanished. And here is what Gunung Depang is said to have looked like. As you can see, it has very large subterranean chambers, and it is roughly, or was roughly, pyramidal. And so what is the new information? Well, there is a scientific article from online library whatever, and I will link to it in the comments below. And it is a real deal scientific article. It's not just a bunch of gobbledygook, although I'm certainly not going to read the whole thing. I will let those of you who are curious read it. But yes, multi-phase construction and hidden layers, because it is very layered. It goes underground. Results of trenching, and you can read all about that. Results of core drillings. I mean, yeah, this is a real investigation of this place, and this is a very in-depth study into this place, and a really interesting and potentially important scientific article or archaeological paper, results of the ERT survey, etc. And yeah, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, and I honestly don't have the time or the patience to read this thing in full. I'm sorry. I wish I did, but if you guys are curious, I definitely will link to it and let you read it. But yeah, the conclusion, Gunung Batang, I know I'm mispronouncing that, is a multi-layered prehistoric pyramid. This study strongly suggests that Gunung Batang is not a natural hill but a pyramid-like construction. The pyramid's core consists of meticulously sculpted massive andesite lava enveloped by layers of rock constructions. The carbon dating analysis further supports the multi-layer construction's long history spanning successive periods. The oldest construction, Unit 4, likely originated as a natural lava hill before being sculpted and then architecturally enveloped during the last glacial period between 25,000 and 14,000 BCE. Afterwards, Gunung Batang was abandoned by the first builders for thousands of years, leading to significant weathering, etc., etc. But there you go. Earliest known building at the site was 25,000 years ago. Now, I don't know, just how robust that building was. I mean, obviously it didn't look like that 25,000 years ago. It was just one room that was built, and then it was enlarged upon and enlarged upon, etc., until it assumed this fantastic pyramidal shape. So maybe we shouldn't be that impressed that, the earliest known construction there was 25,000 years ago. But at the same time, that does seem to be pushing things back much further than we had known that sort of construction existed. At least I did. So if you guys know of an earlier construction than that, let me know in the comments below. It says Unit 4 was built with massive basaltic andesites. It's a volcanic rock that is the intermediate in composition between basalt and andesite. And we've just seen what that looks like when it's, constructed. That's andesite, I guess. So, but massive blocks like this. So I guess you could call that megalithic construction. So if my understanding of this is correct, there was megalithic construction at this site 25,000 years ago. And I'm unaware of any megalithic construction before then. So if you are, clue me in the comments below. But either way, I think this is fascinating. I don't know if this has anything to do with Atlantis, but maybe it does. Either way, it is super fascinating, and I thought I'd bring it to your attention. That about wraps up today's UFO News Roundup, so let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this, give me a big thumbs up, smash the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. I would love to see you guys there. If you wanted to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, please consider grabbing a t-shirt. See the first link below, or the link below. If you wanted to become a member, a channel member, and really support the channel, there you can see the first link below. Really appreciate my channel members. You guys mean a lot to me, and thank you so much. Meanwhile, there are plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.